family history and so forth, as well as finally getting to some, at least, of the events in the scientific world.
Yeah.
Right. Signal transduction and activators of transcription.
Yeah.
STAT.
Yeah. I also know it means fast, right? So there is a meaning behind it
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the biochemistry of that pathway is what led me to become closely acquainted with George.
Yeah.
And George and I had met and we knew each other and were quite friendly with each other before we actually came to the same point and could really help each other do our work.
Mm-hmm.
He and I have developed a very close, lifelong friendship. George is a youngster, he's only 90. And the reason I knew it would be useful for stimulating gene activity was because Pete and his collaborator had done 2D gels,
Mm-hmm.
and interferon caused 4 or 5 spots to appear, and so it was clear there was gene induction going on.
Yep.
And we made cDNAs in interferon stimulated cells and pulled out new messenger RNAs, and we're off to understand the binding sites upstream of the 5' end of those genes. And it was a common pathway that was followed by, I don't know, half a dozen people in the world in different ways. But the way science is done now, it's hard for me to suggest a fully thought through project, because it involves so much reliance on computers
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. The other physical biochemistry leading to crystallization and three-dimensional understanding of what's going on with your interesting protein is not something, as you know, that I've ever directly contributed to and don't think about, right? And I have long ago lost my real attachment to the medical side of basic cell biology. You know, for the first time in the history of Rockefeller, there is another Darnell, my son Bob, and 25 years ago, 30 years ago, I started saying to everybody who would listen, including my son Bob, that everybody who would still be standing at this time would be working on the brain. So whether it was in any way dependent on his and my conversations while he was getting his MD, he went into neurology, and he's a qualified neurologist, and his, for the only time, as I mentioned, son of a professor who is a